And welcome back. How are you? How you feeling? I hope all is well. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you are watching Open. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it out, and thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Our next guest is CEO of the Design and Branding Company. He joins us to highlight the work that his agency is doing in sports and in marketing in that wonderful space, and how he's uplifting underdogs, one company at a time. So please welcome to the show, Carlos Williams. Carlos, uplifting underdogs, one company at a time. Explain that.
Well, thanks for having me. And at DBC, that's who we are. So we're the underdog, right? So I'm sure you know there are not many Black-owned agencies that are dealing with the enterprise space. And so we have that disadvantage going in, but we use it to our advantage and to our clients' advantage. Like always think back to Avis and we try harder. So we know we have to work harder, and we come up with better things for our clients, who we call our citizens,
Yeah.
to be able to help their brands grow and to highlight the people who are making it happen and deserving of the exposure.
So you started from the bottom, now you're here.
I love it. I'm from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and I started the company as a side hustle
Uh-huh.
on my bed in Brooklyn, really just designing for friends and their wedding invitations and a band's website here and there. And then you start hearing, you should charge for this. You have something here. And then a couple years later, you have employees and clients, and now 8 years later, we're an established business. Really growing every year, and it's the types of clients that we're working with are huge uh, household names, from your Spotify's of the world, and also doing a lot in sports.
Yeah. Are you still doing the smaller guy? You're still doing websites and flyers and stuff like that?
We work with clients of all sizes, and that's really really exciting. So
Yeah.
we still are able to work with early stage companies, as we call them, and we want them to grow. Right. So if you have a growth mindset, no matter what stage you're at, we want to make sure that we give you equip you with the tools to be able to grow.
And now you're working with the NBA and WNBA.
So
Talk about those
the
professional
PA, so
organizations.
the MBPA, the WNBPA have been two of our strongest supporters. We love working with the players off and what they're wanting to do off the court, uh, and just really being able to highlight the work that they do as businessmen, as philanthropists,
Yeah.
to make sure that they're telling their stories off the court.
How did your relationship start with the Oracle New Suites Open and the other companies?
Yeah, so we brand these two major squash tournaments every year. The Oracle NetSuite Open here in San Francisco, where I am right now because it's happening, and
Uh-huh.
the JP Morgan Tournament of Champions that happens every January in Grand Central Terminal, right in New York. Um, Came to them, and this is a great networking tip. If you have a successful relationship with one client, ask them to introduce you to people like them, and that's how we got into
Yes.
squash. We did some really great work, and I asked for an introduction and was introduced to the tournament director.
Yeah. That's the JP Morgan Chase company or tournament.
Yeah, yeah. So JP Morgan sponsors the Tournament of Champions every year. Happens in Vanderbilt Hall, which is a really historic place in the city, a landmark space. And our job is to make sure that they're making the greatest impression. So we
Mm.
want to bring world class squash to the masses. So when people are walking by, they're seeing the JP Morgan logo, they're seeing all the other sponsors, and saying, all right, look, this is a company that's really putting their money behind something that's different and that's cool.
Yeah.
And squash is just an interesting sport that I don't think I would have ever realized without working on these projects. But it's a really tough, smart, and athletic sport, and I can see why companies want to put their brands behind it.
Yeah. Do you have any other projects coming up with the branding company, the design and branding company?
Yeah, we are bringing Sophia Learning, for instance, to the masses, bringing them and helping them grow. We have our next round with Bank of America's Breakthrough Lab, which we're a partner in. So we're helping them. they have an accelerator that helps fintech founders of color, and we are a great partner with them in helping those founders get the marketing and branding tools that they need to be able to succeed in the world.
So if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you know what, I've been fumbling the ball a little bit, and I want to get myself together. I've been doing it a little bit on my own, but I need somebody that can handle this, my design and my branding. Can you do it for me? What do you tell them?
What are your goals, right? Like, do you want to be a national, international brand? Then that's the right fit for us, right? Like, we're going to give you a roadmap in order to get there. So it's not, let's dump a ton of money into something that and potentially see no results, because a lot of early stage companies don't even have that budget. So it's
Yeah.
like, what can we do to get you to your next inflection point? So when do you need to be in Whole Foods for the first time?
Yeah.
When do you want to raise money with investors? Like, how do we get you there so that we can keep working with you at every single step in the road?
That's good. So if they don't have a whole lot of money at that time, you work with them with what they have, where they're at
As as
in that
as long as they
space.
want a whole lot of money at some point in the future.
There you go. There you go. You're moving from position to position. Let's go to the next position. I want to make this kind of money. So can you help get me? This is what I have right now, but can you help me get to this level so I can reach this
Exactly.
level?
Exactly. So we want to make sure that we're giving them, one, we're equipping them with the right tools that they can do a lot of these things themselves, right?
Yes.
We don't want to force our citizens to be overly reliant on us. So we want to make sure that we do this project, we get you to the next place,
I get it.
and then
Yes.
when you have that next step and that increased revenue or that investment, all right, how do we get you to the next place, and how do we help you scale? So we're always looking to scale our business and scale their businesses, so that they are creating jobs. They're putting money in the right people's pockets, and in many cases creating generational wealth. And so we're always looking for that underdog, like that needs that opportunity, and let's help them push it and keep going.
Yeah. What are some of the ball players doing? What do they come to you with? What do they need? What do they need? What do they want?
So we worked a lot with the MBPA Foundation, and they are awesome, right? So they do matching grants for the players. So if a player has an initiative in their hometown, the foundation's available to match their grant, to give them a grant to match their donation, so that they multiply the effort. So we've seen things from uh, drives in schools to court refurbishments to bringing water to Africa, to hurricane relief. Like, all those things, the players are putting their own money and their own brand behind it.
Oh, beautiful. All right. I think we're going to step. I know some people that want to step to you and use your services.
I can't wait. Um, just reach out on our website, or like, there's plenty of ways to get in contact with us.
You got it. And what's your website? How do we get in touch with you to find
Yeah,
out?
so it's studiodbc.com. So that's Studio Delta Bravo Charlie.com. Follow us on Instagram or on LinkedIn at you just search for Studio DBC. It's a real, we try to make sure that we're the easiest meeting of everyone's day. And part of that is, how can you get in touch with us very, very quickly and get us on your calendar?
There you go. Hey, Carlos Williams, thank you so much. And you're always welcome to come back to share more so we can continue to
Thank
spread the
you.
word, let people know that you're there.
Thank you so much. And I can't wait to be back.
You got it. Carlos Williams, CEO, Design and Branding Company. He'll do the right thing for you. That's about it for us. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and we'll catch you another day, another way. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'll see you. It's open. We're wide open. Anything you want to do, we're open for it. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out.